One day you're ecstatic about your life, your plans, and what the future holds. Then gradually but steadily, it gets increasingly difficult to complete a project. You soon find yourself straining to perform even basic chores. When people inquire how you're doing, you provide evasive answers. You make a vow to yourself that tomorrow will be different. You will wake up earlier, exercise more, and eat healthier. Tomorrow arrives, and you drag yourself out of bed 2 hours later than anticipated. And it all goes wrong from there. Again, that does not have to be the case. Life is insane, that much we've discovered. One minute you're working hard to make everything in your life and job better, and the next, you're flat on your back. If you've ever been burned out, you'll understand what I'm talking about. If you're on the verge of burnout, you're probably ready to go right past this post, since you have things to do, and this doesn't apply to you. However, you may want to bookmark this and return to it later. Then when you understand you need to turn that burnout around, you'll need it. You've run out of gas before, such as on a hectic day when you didn't have time to do anything except work. But this is different. It's as if your tank is continuously being filled with muck or concrete, and mustering the energy to accomplish anything is difficult. Nourishment is non-negotiable if this burnout is to be reversed. This involves nourishing your body by getting enough rest, eating nutritious foods that will aid in your body's healing, exercising moderately, and receiving plenty of fresh air. But you must also feed your heart by doing activities that make you feel like yourself, such as listening to music, embracing your spouse, laughing with a buddy, meditating, or feeling the sun on your face. This is more than just putting gas in the tank. It is stepping up and embracing responsibility for making sure you are okay, despite all of life's demands and priorities. It doesn't matter what it is or how you accomplish it. What counts is that you prioritize your sustenance. Remove your blinders and lift your head out of the sand. You're burned out because you allowed yourself to be burned out. In truth, you most likely aided the process. It's easy to blame the world and everyone else for failing to see what was happening to you. However, you will only be able to get back up without the risk of repeating those same patterns of behavior if you acknowledge why it happened and accept responsibility for your part in it. Whether you always said yes to taking on additional work, internalized the desire to satisfy everyone else, or worked on weekends all the time, set aside the excuses and confront the actual reasons you burned out. Burnout may happen silently, behind closed doors. You give up more territory inch by inch, so you remain an extra 30 minutes. You answer the phone early in the morning. You take on the additional workload without complaint. Then when incorrect judgments are made or when louder personalities make the wrong decision, you roll over. But in the end, those inches add up to miles. There is a distinction to be made between actually having no option and merely feeling as if you have no choice. We always defeat ourselves. Instead of asking that gorgeous person out on a date, we tell ourselves that they would never like us, and go about our lives completely unaware of their sentiments. Instead of asking our supervisor for extra time off, we believe that they will never provide it to us, resulting in significant burnout. We become caught in loops fueled by our skepticism, paranoia, and fear, without checking to see if this is the case. You should not put yourself to the test by adding extra responsibilities to your plate. Instead, you should put your leeway to the test at work. Begin small and request to leave on time for a change. You may also set aside one day each week when you will not bring any work home. Perhaps you can make it a personal rule to unplug from your gadgets when you leave the office. If you have demanding employers or lethargic coworkers, try saying no. Setting firm limits is an essential component of having a healthy, complete life. If you're feeling worried and overwhelmed, monitoring your tasks and time using Toggle may help you break down large jobs into smaller, more manageable chunks. It is not about finding a solution, but rather about first diagnosing where you are and what you spend most of your time doing. People who genuinely love and care about you will not take advantage of your generosity. You may have been raised to believe that for others to like you, you must be helpful, but that is not the case. People that genuinely like you and want to be friends with you will like you even if you have nothing to offer. Being exhausted has a particular feel to it. It stings. It may even be humiliating at times. That may be enough to make you want to keep it secret and not tell anyone, which is not the greatest plan, given that one of the things that contributes to burnout is the assumption that you must do everything yourself. It's okay to seek assistance. It's a strength, not a weakness. So speak with human resources. Talk to your supervisor about reducing your responsibilities. Check to see if you can obtain some time away. Let a coworker know where you are and invite the individuals who are closest to you. The assistance you want may shape skills or knowledge to assist you with your day-to-day tasks. You don't have to think about anything else only because you have one item. Support is another crucial form of assistance. Join a community of individuals who share your interests, so you don't feel so alone. You could even benefit from having a mentor or coach check in on you. This is one of the most effective methods to avoid burning out again. What if being exhausted was a chance to make a change in your life? I hope you agree that going back and doing everything the same way you did previously would be the wrong thing to do. But on the other hand, being in a bad situation might sometimes provide the perfect chance to make fresh decisions. Burnout might provide the push you need to launch that new business you've been planning. Perhaps now is the ideal moment to take on a new career. Perhaps you require greater autonomy, or perhaps you wish to create something genuinely meaningful. One of the most deceptive aspects of burnout is that it creates so much shame. Well-intended queries and offers of assistance make us feel worse because we should be grateful for all we have. Outsiders may think we have a perfect life, but we aren't happy. We are exhausted. Burnout isolates us and makes us feel powerless, so we attempt to push through and figure things out or get over it. Burnout is a condition that will never go away on its own. We can easily ignore mental diseases and sentiments because they are not as apparent as a broken leg, but ignoring them can be just as unpleasant. The longer you neglect burnout, the worse the consequences will be in the future. Remember, you don't have to improve in a single day. Healing from burnout necessitates soul rehabilitation. Whether or not you believe in such a thing, give yourself the time and space you need. When a computer slows down, pushing the mouse or keyboard causes it to slow down even more. The most straightforward approach is turning it off, waiting a few moments, and then switching it back on. But of course, we aren't computers. Yet sometimes all we need to do is shut down for a bit before resuming with considerably greater strength. Empathink Inspirations contains videos that will help you encourage yourself while providing suggestions on how to achieve great success, how to live an inspirational life, morning motivation, motivational speeches, and life mantras. We are here to help you reach your unique and immediate objective. So subscribe now, and we will lead you along the proper route to changing your way of thinking, feeling, and believing.